what's up, my cool little cucumbers? I hope you guys are cool with just the different styling of editing. I'm still trying to figure out how to exactly edit these videos. I know this is only the third one, and obviously things aren't going to be, you know, like super consistent until maybe the 10th or even maybe the 20th one, but I appreciate you guys bearing with me. Today, we're going to just read some classic Am I the Asshole posts on Reddit. Am I the asshole for not supporting my friend's AI music career? I'm just gonna right off the bat say, no, you are not. Fuck you if you have an AI music career. What the fuck are you doing with yourself? Learn how to play an instrument, you lazy piece of shit. So a friend of mine likes to make music. She used to write her own music and lyrics and play them on a guitar. She has always been alright at both, but never brilliant, which didn't matter because we were only jamming among friends. It was fun. I myself like to sing, but also consider myself okay rather than actually talented. Okay, from the get-go, if she already knows how to play a guitar, write lyrics, and sing, just do that. Sure, okay, you might not be a guitar virtuoso or you might not have the best songwriting abilities, but it's not about being the best. It's about putting your own creative effort out there for other people to enjoy. And if you enjoy it, other people will enjoy it too. There's a built-in audience for fucking girls who play a guitar and sing. There's a market for that. A very, very popular market for that. That's how Taylor Swift started. So, I mean, just do that. About half a year ago, she discovered some AI music tool, I'm assuming it's probably Suno, which you can feed with prompts and lyrics and it'll spit out whatever genre and style you like with AI-generated instruments and vocals. I explained to her that I'm a little uneasy with the idea because it takes away from the creative process and craftsmanship of making music, but I didn't press the issue because I thought it was just for fun. Okay, even if it's just for fun, you are still stealing a bunch of creatives' actual like hard work, and also just the amount of power it takes for these generative AI models to even function is insane. So even if it's just for fun, you're still doing a bad thing. Now though, she fancies the songs she's created with the AI so much that she started a campaign for them. She's published an album on Spotify and advertises for it on Insta. She wants me to share her posts and support her music career. I don't want to do that. Does that make me a bad friend? Absolutely not. I'm not gonna do the Reddit thing of being like, oh, you need to cut this person out of your life. People on Reddit have no nuance and probably don't have friends. Look, if you don't want to support something your friend is doing, it doesn't make you a bad friend. This is an ethical concern. It's not, I guess it is also a moral concern, but the baseline is, so what she's doing effectively is using a process that actively steals other people's hard work and craftsmanship and feeding it into a slop machine. I think the word slop is a little overused nowadays, but for lack of a better term, feeding it into a slot machine to spit out something that she did not take the time to make herself. There's so many issues with generative AI, and it's far more than just, oh, you're stealing other people's work. You're also robbing yourself of the satisfaction of learning a new skill. I've been making my own like electronic music for 14 years at this point, and only just recently do I consider myself passable. And you know what that took? It took a lot of hard work, dedication to making stuff that absolutely sounds like shit. Like, here's a snippet of the first ever song that I made. It's dog shit, right? Now here's a snippet of my most recent song. And you don't start at point B in my example there. You don't start competent. You start shitty and work your way up. And what AI is doing, it's robbing you of that experience of getting better over time. I get it. Making stuff is hard. You can't just use a machine that steals other people's work, spit it out, and be like, I did that. Because you didn't. You did nothing. You're a fraud. All right, let's read some of the comments here. Not the asshole, AI slap has no place in the creative roles/hobbies and will only devalue those with actual skill. Used in any other role that's not creative, all for it, but music, art, AI should be shunned. I think they mean like AI that isn't like generative AI, because just AI in general has become a catch-all term for like algorithmic stuff that isn't actually AI. Like there's a thing going around a couple of months ago about like an AI model that could like detect cancer before actual doctors could. I don't know the validity of that, to be perfectly honest, but stuff that's like that, that's not actually AI, but now that AI has become just like a catch-all, the AI that I have the most issue with, and what I think most people have an issue with, is specifically generative AI. Not the asshole. There's also evidence that using AI tools to generate your art actively erodes talent, and I'm honestly shocked at how fast that happens. Even writing simple emails seems like a Sisyphean task to people who have been having a chatbot do it for mere months. So her guitar talent, I wouldn't be shocked if it just disappeared. This is ignoring the fact that her AI music is an amalgamation of stolen work stitched together without purpose. Rants aside, no, you don't need to cheerlead every friend's obnoxious decisions. More people need to get that through their thick fucking skulls. There's so many situations where I have seen like one person do something that's obviously like self-destructive, and then their friends are just enabling them because, yay, my friend is doing a thing. It's like, okay, but the thing is bad, what they're doing is not good, and you're just like gung-ho about it. I don't get it. Some of you have to be more upfront with your friends when they're doing something wrong. We've cultivated this culture of, oh, you did nothing wrong, your feelings are valid, and it's bred people who can just keep getting away with doing shitty things because their friends are cheering them on about it. Y'all need to start calling your friends out. Anyway, I think I spent enough time on this story. Let's move on to the next one. Am I the asshole for how I handled this situation? And it's flared as asshole, and we don't get a lot of these, so let's dive in. My daughter, 24 female, is on antidepressants and lives at home rent-free while saving for her own place. She keeps her bills in her bathroom with the lid loose because it's hard to open. Fair. And since she's the only one using it, it's never been a problem. My son, 23 male, and his girlfriend, 22 female, are temporarily staying with us until their condo is ready. Their bathroom sink downstairs is small with no counter space, so when the girlfriend wanted to dye her hair, I told her to use my daughter's bathroom as she has a double sink with countertops without checking with my daughter, who was home in her room. That's your first mistake. You do not give other people access to people's bedrooms without their fucking consent. About an hour later, I overheard my son telling his girlfriend he didn't know how to break something to his sister. He finally told me his girlfriend had accidentally knocked over my daughter's pills and some fell into the sink where she was dyeing her hair. I said I'd talk to my daughter, but my son insisted. I heard him enter her room with an attitude saying, "Don't start acting like an ass, but girlfriend knocked your pills into the sink." Your son sucks. My daughter was furious, valid, grabbed the remaining pills and stormed off. My son blamed her for leaving the lid loose. Your son sucks. When she asked why they were even in her bathroom, I explained and she got angrier, saying they could have used theirs or mine. I told her I hadn't expected this and she needed to calm down. She called my son an asshole and shut herself in her room. Your son is an asshole, and so are you. I'm heated. This has me heated. I don't care if it's your family. You don't give other people access to your other child's bedrooms without their fucking permission. You don't do that. I don't care if you're related. I don't care if you live in the same house. You don't give other people access to private areas. I urged my son and his girlfriend to apologize, her because she should have asked to move the pills, and him because he escalated the situation. He eventually cooled down and apologized, but his girlfriend refused. My son then demanded my daughter apologize to his girlfriend. My daughter refused, saying she had nothing to be sorry for. The girlfriend chose to stay elsewhere until their condo was ready. My daughter spoke to her psychiatrist and replaced her medication. The girlfriend also sucks. What the hell? Bro, just fucking apologize. You're the one who knocked the fucking pills into the sink. What the fuck is wrong with these people? My son still insists that I should make my daughter apologize. I did tell my daughter that she could have reacted more calmly, but she maintains that they should have asked her to move the pills or at least approach her without assuming she'd go crazy. She also points out she never said anything to the girlfriend, only her brother, and that I never should have let them use her bathroom in the first place. So have I completely mishandled this? At every possible moment from the word go, yes, you did. You're an asshole. Your son's an asshole. His girlfriend's an asshole. The only person here who's not an asshole is your daughter. Like, I'm sorry. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The girlfriend's gonna knock her pills into the sink and then get mad. You suck. You suck. God, I'm mad about this. I've made up my mind. Let's read some of the comments. You're the asshole. Your daughter is living there rent-free, but that doesn't mean she hasn't allowed basic respect. You should have consulted with her before allowing the girlfriend to use what is normally her own bathroom. Even if you were going to pull the my house, my rules, you should have at least given her the opportunity to remove anything she didn't want to get damaged. Hair dye is messy as F. It is. And also, like I said, yeah, just fucking ask first, or be like, hey, son and girlfriend are gonna use your bathroom for a bit. If you want to move anything, just would do that before they get up here. And like, I'm sure she would have been cool with it. Just give someone a heads up, man. You should also be standing up for your daughter. She literally did nothing wrong. Her brother came in and immediately accused her before delivering the news with no apology. Where's the accountability? You told your daughter she should have acted more calmly. Are you serious? She was the victim of 2 rounds of negligence and verbally attacked for it. Starting to see why she's on antidepressants. Yeah, and like, I don't know if you know this guy, but some people need antidepressants to function as a human being. And also, they're not cheap. The son gets off scot-free and his girlfriend can just walk out of it. It's everyone here except for the daughter sucks. Total dog shit. Everyone sucks here except your daughter. Girlfriend didn't need to dye her hair. There was no emergency. So there really was no good reason for you to offer up your daughter's bathroom without asking her first, or at least telling her and giving her the opportunity to move/secure any of her things first if you wanted to play the my house, my bathroom, my decision card. Now your son, as I alluded to, completely out of line for how he brought this to his sister. He wasn't just rude, he was rude in a way that cut to the core for mental illness. That's really gross. And his girlfriend refusing to apologize when she's the one who caused the accident. I mean, I get that she didn't mean to knock the pills down the drain, but when grown adults do something that causes someone harm/inconvenience, they apologize, whether they meant to do it or not. This adult woman was a guest in your home and couldn't even find it in herself to do the bare minimum of the right thing to keep peace. Wild. Was your daughter's reaction perfect? Maybe not. I disagree. But she's the only legitimately wronged party here by the intrusion into her space, in her brother's words, more than the accident. I don't know. The accident is still very wronging, so I'm inclined to cut her some slack. Good God. That story pisses me off. Dude, you give people a heads up. Just communicate. Communication is not hard. It really isn't. You just talk to people like, hey, son and girlfriend have to use your are going to use your bathroom. If you please move anything that could get knocked over. That's all you needed to say, dude. All right, let's move on to something a little lighter because I saw the title and it's just really, really funny. Sorry, there's something, my eye is really itchy. Am I the asshole laughing out loud when my wife said the song Golden from K-Pop Demon Hunters was demonic? This is unfortunately something that I have seen on the internet already from evangelicals claiming that K-Pop Demon Hunters is demonic because there's demons in it. Never mind the fact that they're demon hunters, mind you. The mere fact that there's demons in it means it's demonic and evil and satanic and needs to be purged from the earth. So my wife just got home from church and her church group and immediately said our kids should no longer be singing this song or watching K-Pop Demon Hunters, saying someone in the group said it was demonic. I just laughed because that is outrageous. Wouldn't the song be more in line with Rumi facing her demons and seeing the light? Heck, if I wanted to turn it into a belief, golden or the light could signify God. I'm still eye rolling as I type this. I'm not religious and I encourage my kids to make their own choices, but come on. Now she's upset and mad that I laughed at her comment and said it was ridiculous. Am I the asshole? No, you did nothing wrong. There is a thin line between like respecting other people's beliefs, but also what I said earlier about enabling people when they're clearly like in the wrong. I don't know. I think you're good. I think you're good here. The laughing is maybe just a bit intense, especially since it's your wife. I swear we've hit like a new satanic panic. I follow a lot of music producers and DJs, and anytime they do something slightly spooky, there's always some like fucking wook weirdos in the comments that are like, oh my God, I can't believe you're upholding the beliefs of Satan. I can't believe you've done this. You need to see the light. And it's like, it's just aesthetics for some people. And also, newsflash, Satanists don't actually believe in a literal Satan. Neither do Luciferians. I should know. I'm a Luciferian. I think you need to try to get her to go to a different church because it sounds like she's being sucked into a cult. Yeah, 100%. Anytime someone says like, oh, this piece of media is demonic, I'm just like, well, you're just part of a cult. Not the asshole. Haven't seen the show myself, but it's literally about fighting against demons. FYI, your wife isn't a member of a church. She's a member of a cult that has a thin veneer of Christianity, but it is all a cult underneath. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of, have you guys seen Mike Flanagan's Midnight Mass on Netflix? I'm not gonna get into like spoiler territory. It starts off with this isolated group of people on an island. A new priest comes to town. At first, everybody likes him because he's so friendly and affable, and then he just poisons them with like cult-like group think, and it's really interesting. Highly recommend watching it. But yeah, the whole like thing of it is like, oh, this was God's plan, and it's like nobody realizes that they're doing anything wrong until like the very end, and it's crazy. It's just weird how fast like cults can just happen. Not the asshole, whatever the popular thing with kids and teens is, D&D, rock music, Pokemon, Harry Potter, high control religions will feel threatened by and preach against. Maybe they just want to capture some of the attention with whatever is cool, I don't know, but I remember certain fringe religious people / orgs made an argument that Tickle Me Elmo is demonic, so yeah, literally anything that's popular, people are going to say it's demonic, and it says, religion has just truly fucked this country up real bad. All right, we're going to move on to our last story here. Am I the asshole if I tell my son's stepmother she can't go to a mother/son dinner? It's another tagged with assholes, so we're in for a treat. So my 15-year-old son has a mother and son dinner event with his football team. I'm obviously planning to go as it'd be a nice bonding time, and well, I'm his mother. Today my son told me that my ex's wife was planning to go, but she didn't say a word to me about it. In all honesty, I don't want her to go. Yes, she's been in my son's life the past like 5 years or so, but she's not his mom, nor did she have the respect to call / text me and ask how I felt about it. Would I be the asshole if I politely told her that I didn't want her to go? I'm just really conflicted. Before I read this edit, I'm gonna say this is really tricky. You're his bio mom, but his stepmom wants to go to the mother-son dinner instead. That's really tricky. I don't know your family's dynamics at all. There's a lot of missing information. This is a really short post. Like, what's the situation here? Or, like, do you have custody of your son? Does she have custody? I don't know. I don't know how you would work that out. I'm gonna say not the asshole until I read further. But at the end of the day, it is your son's event, so he gets to decide who goes with him and who doesn't. So let's read some comments. You're the asshole. This is going to be really, really hard for you. You are not the one who gets to make the choice. It is about what your son wants. Does he want you there? Her? Both of you? If your son wants her there, you need to respect that. Yeah, 100% agreed. You're the asshole. It's your son's event. He gets to choose who attends, not you. Again, it's your son's event. I find it funny that you'd assume your son would not only not want her there, but also that he's okay with you making decisions like this without his input. You say she didn't have to have the respect to ask. Maybe she did. Maybe she asked the person she should be asking, your son. Okay, so people are in agreement that he's the one that should choose who gets to go with him. So let's go back up and read that edit. Edit, thank you for your comments. You made me realize that it's not really my event, that it's my son's and he should decide. Okay. OPS, seeing the light. He said he'd like both of us to go, which is perfectly fine with me. I'm human, my feelings clouded my judgment. I actually really appreciate Reddit for this. Sometimes you just can't see the entire picture. Thanks, guys. Well, I'm glad that ended on a happy note. Yeah, sometimes you just get so caught up in your emotions that, you know, things slip. Maybe you get a little upset at someone who doesn't deserve it. Shit happens. I'm just glad OP saw the light. And yeah, like whenever it's something like this where it's not actually your decision, what your son wants to do, it's his. You just have to respect that. You have to respect your children. You demand respect of your children. You should respect them in return. All right, let's end the video off on some eye bleach, huh? Let's go to r/cats. I believe I have been chosen. Oh, what a fluffy black cat. I love little voidlings. Abandoned bobcat kitten on my porch. What the fuck? Look at his ears. Dude, I love bobcats. Look at his ears, man. They're so cute. He's so cute. I don't know if I would... Oh, he's stretching. He's so cute. Oh, look at this guy reaching up. Oh, look at the toe beans. Look at the toe beans. My mom's cat, who thinks he's a child, is inseparable from his toys. Oh, dude, he's got Hot Wheels? Dude, this cat has Hot Wheels. And what the fuck is that? It's like a Funko Pop that can open its eyes. Terrifying. Look at him. I love the little like speck on his nose too. Ah, it's such a neat touch. I love when orange cats just have that one feature. Adopted her last month. Is this normal? I'm gonna say no, but I think you're fine. Sometimes cats just be doing shit, dude. Sometimes cats are weird. All right, I think that's a good way to end this video. So thank you guys so very much for watching the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this one, please consider subscribing. And until then, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.